Hey everyone, this is Charmaine from Fantastic Crafts. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you so much for the support and the love you've all shown me. Today I have some very exciting news to share. I am part of Maymay Made It So Did I design team, guest design team member, and that is such an honor. I'm so excited to do these cards for her the next 3 months, and I look forward to have you guys as my viewers, and I hope I can do her products justice because they are simply amazing, and I am working with some very talented people, so I'm very excited. Today we're going to be making a never-ending fall card. To start this card off, we're going to cut a piece of cardstock at 8.5 by 5.5. So that's a regular 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock you cut in half, and then you cut that again in half and make it a 4.5 by 4.25 by 5.5 piece of cardstock. Then what I will do is I will score these pieces of cardstock, one at 1 3/8. I turn that over and again score at 1 3/8. Then I take the second piece of cardstock and I score at 1 1/16, turn over and score once again at 1 1/16. I will then once again cut these in half. So the one with the vertical score lines I will be cutting in half at 2 1/8, and the one with the horizontal score lines I'll be cutting at 2 3/4, as you can see right here. I do that, and then I am going to be pretty much puzzling back these pieces again. So I take the one with the horizontal score lines and I match it up. As you can see right here, I'm matching it up. I take my art glitter glue. Now you can use any glue. I liked using the art glitter glue because it gives me some room to move it around so I can match it up perfectly. Now I take the ones with my vertical score lines and I match that up to the cardstocks on the bottom of that. So I just match those score lines up, as you can see right there, and I press it in place together, and I just kind of make sure that everything is in place, in line, and that's why I love the art glitter glue, because it has that drying time, just a little bit of drying time, so you can move it around. Now I do the same thing with the second piece, and as you can see, I'm matching that score lines together. Now I am butting that piece of cardstock against the other cardstock, just because if there is any kind of extra pieces, I can then cut it off. There wasn't, but if there is, I can make sure and make it all even. Then what you're going to be doing is varnishing only at those score lines, and as you can see, I'm pointing at that score line and then I'm folding it, and as you fold it, another piece pops out, and then you'll see that's exactly where you're going to be using your bone folder to crease it and varnish it really well. And again, like many of these cards, you want to make sure that you varnish very well. And I keep doing this on all, I believe, 3 or 4 sides. So you keep doing this again, and I do it again. Now sometimes you'll see that it's not completely even, so what I just did is I went ahead and lined it all up and I creased. That's how easy it is. It's okay if it's not perfectly even. You can just go ahead and make it. It's a paper. You are the boss of the paper, so you can make it stay however it needs to stay. So I do that again on all the sides. I just go around and make sure every single thing is lined up. Like right over here was a little off, so I just kind of finagled it until it fell right into place. And now the card is complete. Your base card is just completely complete. So as you can see, that's 1, 2, and then that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, 4, and back to 1 again. I think this is such a fun card. I can play with it all day long. Then for the mat pieces, I have some measurements here. And the measurements will also be listed on the blog post, so you don't have to remember these, but I'll just say it for those who want to hear it. I cut 6 pieces at 2 by 2 and 1/4. And then I cut 4 pieces at 3/4 by 2.5. Then I cut 8 pieces at 2 by 1 1/4, and then again another 8 pieces at 3 1/4 by 1 1/4. Now you could stamp these pieces long before you glue it on. I didn't because this was my first time making this card and I wanted to make sure I had the pieces glued on before I could stamp, just so I knew exactly where things went and I could glue it on exactly where I wanted it in the card. So as you can see over here, I'm just gluing every single one of those onto it. You can use whatever color you want, whatever cardstock. This is a great place to actually use your scrap papers because this is an A2 card, so the mats are very, very tiny. So if you have any scrap papers laying around, feel free to use it. This is where you should use it. So again, I did this, and the measurements will be on the blog post and maymaymadeit.com, so you will see it. If you don't remember the score or the mat sizes, that is completely okay. Now that I have everything glued up, again, I wanted to just show how fun this card can be. I'm just flipping it over and over. It's really fun. Now I use Maymay's Happy Fall stamp set. You can use whatever stamp set you have. I wanted to use this because I absolutely adore this stamp set. It is so cute. It has little pumpkins from the side view, from the top view. It is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. You can find the stamp set at maymaymadeit.com. I will leave the link down below in my description box. Now because I did not stamp this ahead of time, I had to use some post-it notes and cover the areas I did not want stamped. And then went ahead and I stamped it with my Memento ink because I wanted to make it dry quicker. Now, after I stamped it the first time with this Memento ink, I realized I wanted it a little darker. I wanted it more onyx black like, I guess. And so what I did was I used to fix my mistake, I used the Uniball gel and went around it, and it fixed it immediately. You can't even tell that it wasn't stamped like that. So then I realized, okay, I'm going to be using the VersaFine ink because I like that dark black on this orange because it reminds me of fall. So again, I went around and I covered the parts I did not want stamped, and I used many of my favorite images from the stamp set, like this pumpkin. I think it's so cute, and the orange just pops with the black, so it's like literally like an orange pumpkin just kind of sitting there. And I also used the image of the wagon, which I absolutely adore. I feel like you could put a few pumpkins on it, haystacks, anything. Like, it's so cute. And this also has like a few wheat image on this stamp set, so you can also use that. It is so cute. So I used a few of the flowers, a few of the pumpkins, and then I also at the end there I also used this it's actually what creates a wreath. You can actually create a circle wreath with the stamp set, but what I did was kind of make it like little branches coming off of this piece of paper, and then I went around with it and stamped a few more images. It was fun. I enjoyed making this. So this is number 1, then you see number 2 and number 3 and number 4, and then it comes back to Happy Fall, y'all. That's what I wanted. I wanted the first image to be Happy Fall, y'all, just because that's the greeting, and then the rest could be whatever. You can even write notes. It could be anything. This is so fun. As you can see, I had a really fun time making this card and playing with it. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Please, please, please like this video if you did, and make sure you share, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my video. Again, I'll be making a few more videos with the design team members, and I am looking forward to it. I hope everyone has a great day. Bye.